Okay, we're just coming back into Coronado National Forest, and look at those mountains up ahead. Aren't they beautiful? Oh man, they are so cool. Cattle guard. Still some private property areas back in there. Going over the Harshaw Creek, which of course is dry. They could use some more rain here, that's for sure. Cattle guard. Entering National Forest land. We must have went in and then out and then back in. Race this a little bit, try to get it and it doesn't bounce so much. Road's not bad here, it's paved still along here. Day. We left Sunday. Today's Tuesday. We went down to Nogales, but we didn't leave till like Sunday afternoon. So we got down there just before dark. I picked up groceries at Walmart. Then we stayed overnight in Walmart parking lot. And then the next day what did we do? Let's see. Oh, I went to Planet Fitness. I got a good shower, nice long shower, and then we did our laundry. And by that time it was the afternoon, so then we went around and did a couple other little chores that I needed to do, and got propane. And I actually had looked up online like where there was propane refill spots. Cattle guard. That was a good one. And then and it had said that U-Haul had propane, but I called them and they said no, they don't. So ended up finding it at Tractor Supply. Pretty new Tractor Supply that they have there in Nogales, and I got my tanks filled up there, so we're good. And what else? Oh, it was getting late, so we just stayed again in Walmart. And then this morning we got water, filled up the water tanks. We found a dispenser machine, little building with like a kiosk kind of thing with a couple of water dispensers. So we filled up there, and we got gas, filled up with gas, and then we headed on out of town. We just made a little stop there in Patagonia to check it out a little bit closer. Took a little walk around their park. The boys like that. Lots of new odors to check out. Close to where the road splits. Yeah, I think it's just down ahead of us here. Now if you make a right turn here, you go up to Harshaw, which was where we camped before, but we're going to go to the San Rafael Valley, which is straight ahead. And we're leaving the pavement. Hang on. It's going to get a little bumpy. It says, primitive road, caution, use at your own risk. This surface is not regularly maintained. Well, that's like most forest roads. And it's a little washboardy. Washboard roads, you know, they just bounce everything around in the back. But what are you gonna do? I've been on some really bad washboard roads. This isn't too bad. When we went into Aiden Hills over between Las Cruces and Deming, New Mexico, the road into there was just completely washboard, and really bad washboard too. I was going like 5 miles an hour, and it was just bouncing us all over the place, like this is. Okay, we're doing 15, 16 miles per hour right now, so we're not going too fast. Okay, let's see what this sign says here. Okay, several ranches up this way. Bursich Ranch, Lazy 2J Ranch, Little Outfit Ranch, Lone Mountain Ranch, Kaihia Ranch, Poe Ranch, San Antonio Ranch, and Vaca Ranch. Well, we're going to stay on San Rafael. It's Patagonia San Rafael Road, and we're entering National Forest land, so we must have been going in and out a little bit of it. Get my nose wiped here. If you haven't seen in any of my other videos, I told you that if you hear me sniffling and mouth breathing on my videos, that's because I have allergies pretty much year round. Years ago I had one of those pinprick tests where they prick your arm with multiple pins with different stuff on it to see what you're allergic to. Now there's a campsite right here to the right of us, but it's too close to the road for me, and I want to get back in a little further. So anyways, yeah, I had that allergy test done, and I'm allergic to things like grass, maple trees, dust mites, and a whole bunch of other things. Luckily not dogs or cats. But yeah, I see there's a pickup behind me, so I'm gonna pull over here somewhere and let him go by, because I don't want to hold up the traffic here too much. Here, we'll see if we can pull over right here. There it goes. Okay. He's from Arizona. He might be from one of those ranches. Head back to those. You know, it's interesting. I kind of thought that here's a place off to the right, another campsite area. But I was thinking that, you know, when I initially started this, I thought national forests were kind of like national parks, that it was basically land that nobody owned or lived on. Well, apparently, like national parks, for instance, when I worked at the Everglades, we actually patrolled the north. I say actually a lot, don't I? I have to stop that. We patrolled the north boundary of Everglades National Park along the area of Big Cypress National Preserve that the park that Everglades bordered with, because that's where people were allowed in Big Cypress. They were allowed during hunting seasons to hunt in there. So that's where we found most of the encroachment over into the park area. But what I was going to say is before the Big Cypress was established, there were people who had built hunting cabins on the hammocks throughout Big Cypress. And a hammock is like a little area of land that is maybe only a foot above the water level, but it's high enough that trees grow on it, and it's kind of like a little island in the swamp. And that's where people would build their cabins. So what the Park Service did when they established Big Cypress, they allowed those inholdings to remain until the death of the original owner, or of the current owner. And then at that time, the people had to tear it down completely, or if they did not, then the Park Service would go in, they would tear it down, and they would bill the descendants of the owner for that destruction of the cabin and removal of it. So, needless to say, the people that owned those weren't too happy with the Park Service, and they weren't real happy when they saw us. I can tell you there was one incident where there was a ranger out patrolling, and we patrolled with airboats, and they came up, they were doing, you know, a hunting patrol, and they found this airboat that had a father and a son in it, and the son raised his rifle and apparently was going to shoot the ranger. Luckily the father talked him down, and the son lowered his rifle. But that was kind of what we dealt with. I mean, everybody pretty much out there was heavily armed, and they particularly did not like the Park Service. And as rangers, we were the Park Service, so they did not like us. But just another day in paradise. Okay, there's a spot off to the left there. It's a pretty good spot. We have some sun, but we're going to continue on. Boom, boom, boom. It says we're leaving National Forest land, so we're leaving it, and then hopefully we'll get back into it here, right up the way here. Hale Ranch. Well, that's the Hale Ranch. Well, that's the one that was up the road from Harshaw town site. Okay, how about that? We got some horses. Oh man, this is washboardy. Yeah, they got some cattle over there and they got horses. Cool. Nice little area right there. It's interesting because the GPS map is showing that this is all still forest land, but it must be private in holdings within the forest. Oh, and that's what I was going to say. You know, I was surprised that in the national forest there are so many people that have private land within the forest. You know, ranches or just residential houses with a small plot of ground. And there's quite a few, and that's throughout the national forest. When I was up north this summer in like the Black Hills, and I was surprised in the Black Hills there was a lot of in-holdings. I'm down to 10 miles per hour and trying to miss some of these big washboard areas. If you get off to the side sometimes you can miss some of the worst of it. You just gotta kind of weave and duck. It's a pretty area here. Says private drive. Okay, and here we're coming back into the National Forest land. Alright. I don't know if I'm going to get a good cell signal up here. We'll see. Over to the right. Oh no, it's not a house. I thought it was a house, but it's not. There's some camping areas over there. That looks pretty nice. But there's somebody in there, at least right now there is. Didn't have an RV, just pickup truck. Oh, here's some spots over here. Oh boy, talk about bump. Yeah, there's a big area right there.
Arriving at coordinates on the right.
Let's go in here and see. This is where we were going to. Okay, hang on, it's going to be a bump getting in. That wasn't too bad. Cool rock formation straight ahead there. Alright, well, this is open. And apparently it's been used quite a bit. This might not be bad. That looks like Harshaw creek maybe is right down there. If it's not Harshaw, it's one of the other ones. Okay, I'm going to check this out a little bit. Get on the, see if we have a cell signal here. It's pretty open, so we should get pretty good sun. And I'm going to look around and see what I see in surrounding areas here. See if there's something that looks better. When I go on maps and look at the area and see if I spot something else. Okay, so we will leave you for a bit. Take care and have a good day. Bye.